Hello and welcome to another Radio Live broadcast. I'm Douglas Dobert.
I'm Stephen Weber.
And I'm your favorite host, Sean Sullivan. And we are here today with a special music guest from Chicago, S&I.
Yeah, S&I. All right. Cool. If you guys just want to go around the room and introduce yourselves.
All right, I'm Josh. They call me Andrade from S&I, representing Berwyn, Illinois.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Johnny, but I go by Sick Mind, coming out of Berwyn. Just an MC and a videographer.
Yeah, what's up, man? My name's Lucio. I go by iBlaze, though, and I come from basically the same area, Berwyn, Cicero. Bro, just
hey, Lucio!
It's really great of you guys to come down.
We appreciate it.
We know them through Corey, who's a friend of the show. Have we released an episode with Corey on?
No. He came over here and it was such a shit show that it was just unusable.
Yeah. Well, he didn't make it over here till about like midnight, 1 in the morning. After like a full episode.
I don't know if it was that late.
We
were definitely trash.
It was definitely that bad. Stefan was straight up fucking piping his video game audio into the broadcast.
That's right.
Yeah, they're strong as fuck.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But Corey's brother, so friend of the show, brother of the show, is in this group. So that's how we got to know these guys. And so far, we've just been having a blast getting to know each other, talking about the music, talking about the ups and downs of recording life.
Yes, just all the good cuts we've just missed out on it.
Yeah, that's cool.
So now we just got to get past the pressure of the red light and just like get back right into
go back to what you guys are doing.
So, we just came out with a mixtape. Actually, that's iBlaze's mixtape. It's called Drug Driven. He's been trying to do it for a while, and we recently just came together. And I started recording it. It was a project he wanted to do for a long time, and that's how we got together. But they've known each other for a long time. They go way back.
There was
okay. All right.
There was so many setbacks with that tape.
Oh yeah, one of those just fucking
so many setbacks.
Cursed projects.
So it's done though, right?
Yeah, it's completely done.
So you guys got
That's
like
nice.
Bandcamp or something?
Not on Bandcamp. It's on SoundCloud because we didn't buy a lot of the beats. You know.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Gotcha.
Basically,
Would you guys were you just cursed with a bunch of personnel issues, like
Basically,
it's bandmates and stuff like that?
The first thing that happened was we used to be in a different hip hop group, and we disbanded. And so I had mentioned the group name a lot in a lot of my songs, so I had to cut out like half the fucking tape.
All the
Why were they going to sue you or something?
Right,
They're going to sue you for defamation?
Had to take it out. And then some other bullshit happened where I had to change my name. But so I
wait, like your real name?
Yeah.
He didn't like his name. What was your name, bro?
My name used to be Charlie. But I just always felt more like a Lucio.
And now it's Ann the Chocolate Factory.
No, that was bogus though. Like he used to go by Wacko, and then there was somebody that went by Wacko Dog, and he was more on the ghetto gangster trying to be tough guy, so he was he wanted to battle him for him, he wanted to battle
I
for the
told
name.
him battle me for it. He didn't want to.
What a softie, dude.
In a previous episode, actually, Sean mentioned that somebody propositioned to was like, "Hey, buy my mixtape down in Nashville," and he was literally rap battle me for it.
I was like, all right, well, like if you're any good, you can out rap me.
Yeah.
Right.
And he was just like, and then we did, and of course he was like. It was not impressive, but he was very convinced. He was very.
You know what
impressive.
though, man?
He was
Remember,
I got bars.
remember we'd go to those
bye-bye.
open. Remember we'd do open mics. That guy had your name too.
Oh yeah, dude! Some like a gospel rapper showed
Yeah, it was
up
fucking
one
weird.
day to this there was this open mic shit that used to happen down at the Miramar, like over on the east side in Milwaukee. And so I was in college, I'd show up drunk on weeknights and fucking throw some bars. I got a bunch
Like
of
a
walking
Wednesdays
distance.
or some
Yeah,
shit.
it was like a
Walking
fucking
distance show?
Wednesday. Yeah, I'd fucking show up drunk. I was like 18, and all the older guys would get me beer. So it was a great fucking community. But this one day, this other guy shows up and is like, Legacy is on stage. I'm like, oh, it's me. All right. So
You're like, I just went though.
I was like, I'm confused, but I guess give the people what they want, right?
Hey, I'll go again.
The fucking MC is just like, oh no, this is not for you.
My house.
And this middle-aged white guy gets up there and has Jesus bars. And like he wasn't like terrible or anything.
was he good?
I mean, he was all right. I mean, it was nothing.
He was tarnishing.
He was good with the Lord.
I mean, exactly. Like he was right with his God, but I mean, he wasn't necessarily right with the crowd as much because they were.
It's a hard sell.
Yeah, it's
a hard sell
on a bunch of fucking drugged out like middle-aged fucking gangsters and stuff. Because there was some real fucking. There was some real hoodlums who'd show up, play their own vocals with the beats and like their crew, and then just roll out after they did their open mic.
Karaoke
It was just
night?
like, yeah, for real.
basically.
Like, wow.
That sounds like an anecdote of a Riff Raff concert I heard. It's like somebody was like, "Oh, I went to a Riff Raff concert," and he was just like up on stage. He did 2 songs maybe, and then he just played his own songs, and it was just him on stage, like jamming his own shit.
I mean, hey,
What?
if you
Are
make
you
it that far,
serious?
I guess you can do that.
That's
if
such
you
a
make it that
rip-off.
far.
I mean, yeah, if that's what the people want.
Yeah, I mean, hey, do what you want. Please
That's
your crowd.
horrible.
Fucking get that Gucci blow up raft. all the ridiculous Ragucci
Gucci.
regurgitation. Is that what the
air
rich
horn.
regurgitate into their babies' mouths?
Yeah,
Gucci
dude.
bags.
It's all good.
They eat diamonds and vomit it into their young's mouth to sustain them.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Are we gonna do some music in the background today? That's right, we don't
Today?
have-
No, I
we're
don't
not
think so.
gonna.
No.
Besides, I feel like
We're just doing
This will
Try
make it
it
easier
helps.
to chop up everything they say.
What if I just got
Oh, that's right. When we want to.
I mean, if you want to turn some on, we're gonna turn it off and like later. But yeah, if you want to play some.
I can't. My computer's dead.
Oh,
no.
actually also
Dude,
fine.
this
because
whole
with a
time he's
big
been trying to
group-
revive. He's giving his CPR, dude.
Yeah.
that's good.
He's holding square. He's holding square.
holding the space bar, Control Alt Delete, it's still off. It's not working.
He just starts punching it.
No, you can't control Alt
Feed it
Delete
liquor.
when it's just off.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just.
I mean, hey,
I'm just so
that's just
spun up on the
resuscitation
music
right
stuff.
there.
I spent like 6 hours last night just picking through like
Copyright law.
just crates and crates of copyright law
Crates
like,
and crates of all the trouble we can get.
and then all the artists who have different type of royalty free copyrights, like, well, we could use these types if we have this stuff we have, and it was just like there's a lot of garbage out there too, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. There's so much garbage.
I mean, I found a couple really dope artists last night, though, which at the same time was pretty cool because there's nothing quite like, finding somebody new who makes some music. I think that's like what inspires a lot of people to become, artists, MCs, or whatever the fuck you're into, is just like the joy of like the music and stuff. Which
Yeah,
is pretty
definitely.
cool.
Yeah, it's like that MF Doom song that's off of Food. The guy's talking about the curse of his labor of love, like where he only has time to do it on the weekend. He's like, I make music every weekend. It's a labor of love.
Yeah,
but
for
it's
sure, dude.
essentially like a curse where it's like you waste a bunch of time trying to just get it going.
I mean,
It is so hard to just
It
get
is.
it going with personnel, right?
It really is. Like, just to be able to get like that far, it's a lot of work and it takes a
Just
lot.
being able to get in a room with like people who see it the same way that you do and like are working towards the same goal, even with just like one other person. That's fucking
'cause
hard.
And if you guys have that same common goal, that was with us. Like since they were in a different hip hop group and I was actually in a metal band, and I started.
Oh, we're gonna go back to that later.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, you got two metal heads here.
All right,
Fucking-
but I was in a metal band all throughout high school. All throughout high school, they were doing their hip hop thing. It's funny, we actually went to the same high school.
Same
we
middle
went to
school,
the same
same
middle school,
elementary.
but we just never really engaged. We just saw each other like passing the halls, but never, not really the same friends or not a lot of hangout spots
Right.
that we were
We
at.
just never
Would you
crossed
be like,
paths.
yo,
Yeah, we never crossed paths. And we were just like, hey. No,
Yeah.
but I noticed that they had recently broken up with their group, and I took that as a shot to like, hey, I'm trying to produce. I just started this, and I'm trying to do more hip hop stuff. I've been practicing with recording, and I sent them like one of my songs that I put out. It's called "About the Game." You can actually check it out on iBlaze's
Yes,
mixtape
sir.
"Drug Driven" on
Some tape now.
SoundCloud. But yeah, I sent them that, and
fire.
I guess I guess they liked it, and then they wanted me to start doing music with them. We dropped a couple music videos so far. We got obviously a mixtape that we dropped, so so far we're doing pretty good.
Finally got something to push, something to put out there.
That's good.
When people ask us, well, where can you find your music? Well, yeah, we got our social media, but I mean, here's a CD.
Yeah,
Right.
It's way easier like that.
Yeah, and prior to before Drug Driven, me and Blaze right here, we had made a mixtape together. It was called Somewhere in the Burbs, but that was when we were affiliated with the other rap crew. And so we kind of like couldn't promote. We kind of stopped promoting it as much because we were doing newer things and we didn't want to like seem associated with it no more. So we had to just
Did you guys
away
just want to essentially break affiliation because you no longer dug what they were doing, or did they have something that they could just be like, you can't do this legally?
There was just some disputes. Yeah, it was just some drama.
But was there really like really some sort of like repercussion where it's like, this shit's mine? Was there any land?
That was the thing. There was 3 of us, and the other member was actually like, it was his group. Like he had came up with the name, and he actually had a whole squad of other people way back in the day. But everybody disassembled, I guess, and it was just him. And then we came in the picture. And then,
So, like, it was his love child. And you guys basically showed up and were like, yeah, we could be a part of this.
And when you split, it was just made it grow. And then shit happened, and we had to throw all that hard work away.
That's the bitch of, like, working with other people, is that who owns what and who gets to keep what. Mm-hmm. Because, like, I worked on a project really hard with somebody who is just somebody you don't want to get in bed with financially. And it's like, okay, this has been telltale signs from the start. Don't work with this person. Just gave them longer than I usually would, and then things finally came to head. It was like, I gotta quit.
Yeah, you can't keep going.
But I feel like everything happens for a reason, because like I feel blessed for the position we're at right now, because we started from like literally from the bottom. Like to common eye, it may seem like, oh, you guys aren't even far, but like to us, we already know where we came from. We came a long way, like from doing all these shows and stuff. We're just trying to keep the real hip hop alive, because there's a lot of like BS going around, all this music trap shit.
So much garbage out there.
I don't know how much time. It's the same song, but a different artist. They rap about the same shit, same
Everyone
stuff.
thinks they can rap, man.
You know what I'm saying?
For real, dude. Yeah, that's,
we're just competitive, so like.
And hey, anybody can, but not what you hear on the radio. Like, don't copy what you hear on the radio, because right now what's on the radio is garbage.
Right.
Garbage.
If you're gonna rap, then rap. Study it. Don't just, oh, this is fun, and just pick it up for 20 minutes and put it down. Like,
it's because like we put a lot of time into our crafts, and you just hear like all these songs, this ABC rap, and it blows.
ABC.
You know what I'm saying? It's Dr. Seuss rhymes. You know what I'm saying?
To the whole ABCs in triplets. And get it on the radio.
We're gonna have to throw a beat on that. Let's see how that bitch floats. That'll be fun.
No, but like I don't know, man. Like it's still an art form. It's, I guess, it's out there. It's popular for a reason, I guess. But our zone is different. We're trying to keep the same style, but we're trying to take it back to what hip hop is. Like. It's not what you haven't done yet. You can't rap about something that you haven't done. Like a lot of people.
Basically, what I feel like you guys are like, you're faced with this insurmountable sea of shitty rappers to get lost in when you don't have just like this huge backing. And you literally have to find a way to stand out from it, and it's really discouraging when your stuff is better than a lot of those.
I would hope so,
to actually stand out.
I mean, something is like, am I being biased? Like, no, that was dope. Like,
that's also
no. Corey showed me some of you guys' shit. You guys is dope, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Yeah, I haven't really listened to any of your I checked out some of that.
Weren't you?
No, I don't think so.
You were here that night. Corey
we were all drunk as fuck.
Yeah, that was the night.
All right, well, I might have.
He showed us one of your guys' music.
A little bit of a brown out. Maybe there might be some holes in that memory.
Yeah, we were wasted.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, like, we have a similar hill to climb as a podcast. I mean, everybody and their fucking mother has a podcast nowadays.
Yeah, it seems like. I actually saw like
that'd be funny.
I actually saw a really funny hot take. It was that podcasting is basically the white people version of SoundCloud rapper.
Oh yeah. It's the millennial hey, we should start a band. Like, no, like, we're just like, hey, we should have a podcast.
Right.
Let's just talk.
But
we'll just talk. Like, we're so funny.
I've never thought about it like that.
Look at me, I'm so funny.
Dude, people would pay to like listen to us talk, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
But you guys should pay to listen to us talk.
Yeah, just so you know.
I feel like we've done two of the main things that I've set out in the beginning. It was like, first, good audio quality. Set you aside.
Nailed it.
Second, consistency. Just keep putting episodes out,
my
because
poops
a
are
lot
so
of people
firm,
just put
dude,
in
you have no
one
idea.
or two episodes. This is literally episode 11. After practicing for a bunch of weeks, we've just been
Yeah, this is probably
I
20
wasn't
weeks
here
in
for
a
the
row.
Yeah.
I wasn't here for the 10th. You guys pop a bottle of
right,
champagne
and we
or something?
still fucking did it.
Hey, speaking of which, I'm gonna be gone next week.
Like an episode 10 party? Did you guys throw something?
Yeah, did you guys do an episode 10?
No, I was gonna try and make us like actually go to live broadcast, but it just wasn't ready. I actually lost all the footage.
No.
with Jake and everything? You
Yeah.
go pantsless again?
Yep.
That's terrible.
No, he didn't do it this
No,
time.
but he also didn't get here till like 9:30.
Yeah,
Are you
we were
fucking
sitting
kidding
around.
me?
Yeah,
Ouch.
because like I was already running late, so like I showed up at like 7:30, and then Jake didn't get here till like 9:30 and wasn't ready to go till like 10.
It was some fucking good shit though.
Oh, it was a tasty podcast. Like it was fun. I
It
liked
was definitely fucking good. So I actually am fucking like vibing on this. Do we want to just like bring them into the fold for like the other segments too, and
let's
like
do it.
have them do that? All right.
Why not?
So
Let's do it.
What's up?
We chop. We like
Well,
segments.
first, do you want to take a break? Cut
yeah,
it there?
first we're gonna take a break, and then we'll be right back with our regularly scheduled programming.
So don't go anywhere, you fuckers. Air horn, air horn, air horn.
Can't get enough.
So that's your podcast, huh?
You've been listening to Radio Loud. You can find us on Podbean at radioloud.podbean.com.
Or you can look us up, Radio Loud, on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher.
Or you can tweet us at Loud Podcast. Only use caps, please.
All caps when you spell my damn name.
Get off those pogo sticks, you hopped up children. It's time for Radio Loud.
Oh, I fucking love that. Like last week, it was put down that water wipe, you dirty dope head. It's time for suggestion box.
What can I say, dude? I'm a funny guy.
Dirty.
It's actually time for some news stories, and boy,
What's happening around the world?
this one, Florida police arrested a woman named Crystal Methvin for
No.
Math.
Let me guess.
meth.
You got a picture?
Oh yeah, like check her out. It kind of looks like somebody kind of just a little.
It has like a Shutterstock thing over it. I thought she had that tattooed on her face for a second.
Jesus Christ, but
She had Shutterstock tattooed on
Yeah,
her face.
I thought it's just the image.
like what I was
Getty
thinking.
images right there on the cheekbone.
Yeah, it's just like this big S on her cheek, and then
Yeah,
I got
it's a
the
Getty
glare.
Images news story that's just waiting for it. What the news is in a lull, so let's dig into the bag.
Yeah, let's just see what we can pull out.
All right, so
That's what she said.
damn, I want to say Johnny Cochran and cocaine is probably pretty on the point. You think Johnny Cochran did cocaine?
Well, yeah, he was alive in the '80s. Duh.
Oh,
Like he was a fully grown adult in the '80s. Yes.
That's all it took, ladies and gentlemen. Your parents all did cocaine.
I would not
Probably.
I would not be surprised to like find if there was like a big grassroots movements for legalized cocaine like there is legalized marijuana from in the 80s.
Medical cocaine.
Medical. What are you talking? That's the 1920s, man.
No, basically, and it was like, oh, you're boring. We'll give you cocaine. Oh, she's great fun at parties now. I actually like my wife.
Hey, did you guys hear that Mary Jane got arrested too?
I did not.
You know what she got arrested for?
What?
She was just a prostitute, bro. She got caught up.
Is that the wholesome girl next door from Spider-Man? What?
Uh-oh.
Before and after.
Before and after.
After the Spider-Man divorce,
Before and after Spider-Man 3.
She
That's
fell
what I did
hard.
to her life.
Damn.
the rise and fall of Mary Jane. She went from like kissing Spider-Man upside down to
Where?
doing coke off his dick, right side up.
Right side up. It's just the guy in a fucking Spider-Man mask.
Did I send you that picture of? Did I send you that picture of Mary Jane with Peter Parker, and then Spider-Man like grabs her and she's like, "Oh, you're so much bigger than my boyfriend." And Spider-Man's just like,
I have totally seen that. So I did actually have one news story that I really wanted to talk about. And this is actually two news stories. And the first one is there's basically a minor flood in Germany. And it goes into the zoo. And it kind of fucks up some of the enclosures. And they're like, oh my God, lions escaped, tigers escaped, and literally bears escaped.
and a leopard. There's a leopard too.
Yeah. Okay. So it's all these big cats and like murderous shit.
All the
They're just
oh
like-
my's.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my, that's not going to be good. Some people in Germany are about to fucking die. Cut to the second story. Like basically, they're like, everyone stay inside.
That
Do
should be
not
a
go
movie.
outside. Right? Exactly. Right. That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah,
But then,
6 hours later.
6 hours later. Oh wait,
Jumanji.
they were actually all hiding in their cages. They never left, except for the bear who made it into the public bathroom at the zoo, and we had to shoot it.
Dude, I don't mean to
That's
interrupt.
unbearable.
I live.
Oh my God.
Buzz him. That was too bad. Bad fun.
I took one for a team. I knew that was coming.
I knew somebody was gonna make a bear joke.
Nice.
Unbearable.
I just want to hug you like a big Siberian bear.
Yeah, dude. I should have flown Vladimir Putin in to ride it back into its cage.
You know, my neighbors, they used to be bears.
Yeah, they had bears set up outside their front door.
Yeah, they had
Like
a
guard
little
bears?
No, they had like a little display
Ceramic
of
bear collection?
ceramic bears, and then they had just this like literally gay flag
Oh no.
doormat that said "Love lives here," and I was like, "Oh, they're bears."
Oh, bears. Okay, that all makes sense. I was imagining two like actual bears, and it just didn't make sense.
Oh, wouldn't that be
those
awesome
people-
if Gentle Ben just fucking moved in across?
They're pretty awesome, though,
Next
man.
thing-
bears moved
They
in
buzzed,
next
they
door.
buzzed me in. They let me in like plenty of times. They're pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, fucking
I can hear the Corey cackle in the background. Too.
dude's fucking awesome. I mean,
Oh my god.
oh my fucking god. Hello?
Hey, keep it down out there.
Yeah, we don't have a,
We're making magic.
we don't have a green room yet.
So
I'm gonna Photoshop Corey's head on an ostrich's asshole.
Oh God.
yeah, just a big fat head on a skinny neck and just this fucking asshole like totally
stick
exposed,
it out.
head buried in the sand.
This is Corey
Give it to me,
Levy.
daddy.
This is Corey Levy.
How much did you pay the ostrich? Jesus.
Not enough. Not enough for that humiliation.
Oh man.
Takes one to know one.
So my drug-related news story was Ambien telling Roseanne Barr their side effects don't include turning you into a racist.
Fired,
Dude,
That shit was
okay.
so funny.
First off, I want to ask you something.
Oh no.
Does the news story say what she said initially?
I only found it on one news story.
What is it?
I have to go look it up again.
No, it is just fuck it. But
I
she
think
basically
she called
said,
somebody a monkey, right?
no, that was the old. She said somebody.
Oh wait, I did read it.
Yeah,
That was an old thing she had said on Twitter where it was like, oh,
I mean, we all knew she was crazy.
It's Roseanne.
Yeah.
Sorry.
but just think of all the like. I saw this hot meme where it's like
Spicy fresh.
fucking John Goodman shot a Godwood.
Shot a
John Goodman.
Shot a kid in the head.
It's like some crazy chick says something, and now you found out you lost your paycheck. He's just like,
Oh, I saw that.
I mean, we all knew Roseanne Barr was crazy. I don't know if you recall, maybe 2-3 years ago, her like kid ran away
Really?
from their home. She was like, "My mom's crazy. I can't live there anymore."
Really?
His
Yeah.
bitch is tripping.
Yeah. But they had like a missings report.
Hey, to be fair, I
They
did
let-
that once.
Roseanne Barr found like
parents
a
are
missing
angels.
report, like a missing persons report, all this other stuff, and they finally found her. And she's like, "Yeah, I was just at my boyfriend's house like 3 days later. I can't."
Oh,
live with-
I remember.
Yeah, I
that.
can't live with my
I
mom
remember
because
that
she's a
story.
psychopath.
Yeah, she was just like, no, I told mom, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I feel like this was one of the first times that a company that was related to the situation had just a hot take joke, being it was a stand-up comic.
Oh, right.
Basically, the pharmaceutical company who manufactured it was like, well, we didn't include being racist in the fucking side effects of it.
Oh, for sure.
That is literally a new position that exists. Is running the social media accounts of different
Yeah,
companies.
and based on like Wendy's, dude. How do you Wendy's?
Yeah, how do you apply for that
Roasting people.
job though? You just say I'm a great memer.
No,
ignore
you
me.
literally be like, I got this many followers. Get at me.
Look at
I
me.
know
Oh,
how
that's
to.
true.
I know how to manipulate them.
HMU.
HMU.
Ooh,
Hit me up.
hit me up. This guy knows the lingo, dude. You should apply for like AT&T. Their Twitter account's lame,
dude,
You can make it spicy.
I don't know how to read.
You don't. Oh, that's
mad dyslexic.
mad dyslexia.
He only knows hieroglyphics. Listen.
Yeah, dude. He actually speaks Braille. bump, space, bump.
Bump.
Yeah, I use speech to text on my phone when I write my lyrics down because I can't write them down.
Oh, I got you. So you are MC Stephen Hawking.
Oh,
Basically.
I got you.
Basically.
Air horn.
I keep it wheel. I keep it wheel.
So get this.
Oh my god.
Talking
All
about
right.
like speech to text. What about text to speech, man? Fucking my pops is in his late 60s, and I recently got him a smartphone within the last year.
And you got him the
And-
Stephen Hawking app.
I didn't have nothing to do with this. I just once, I sat down with him in the morning, and then I found out he was using speech to text to make his text messages.
Do you speak?
Dear
in, like, proper
Dear
sentences? That actually
Oh my god. Dear
writing
Douglas.
letters. I am here to inform you that.
To whom it may concern.
Oh my god.
Sincerely, your father.
Dear sir or madam.
Thing is, me and him don't really text because he doesn't understand text etiquette. Like, I'll walk in and in the morning he'll be like texting a literal essay. Like, he'll be like, I just got to finish this text.
Oh, he's a manifesto
And then
writer.
a minute will go
Hit
by.
him with the Bible.
And I'm just like, dude, you're still writing that text? It's like, dude, write a fucking email.
Yeah.
Texts are supposed to be short and sweet. They're literally going to get like 4 texts.
And they're roaming.
Wait, Stefan, were you picking something up? Were you picking something up?
Yeah, no, I thought I heard music going through the headphones. It's weird.
Stefan's like a dog who just smelled food in the next room. Where's Shaggy? Ruby Rex?
I don't know, Scoop.
I don't know, dude. I'm gonna go.
The whole bottle.
All right, dude.
What am I gonna do?
Fucking check it. I'm gonna go with Shaggy next Halloween. I'm gonna get Emily to go as Velma.
Oh, that'd be dope.
And we're gonna make the fucking raunchiest childhood porno you
Oh my god.
seen.
You cannot borrow my dog for that.
Dude,
Come on, Ruby. Ruby. I'm gonna put peanut butter in her asshole.
Oh my god. Hey, bro. Hey, you want to take down my email?
Yeah, I got you.
I'd rather download it so I don't have to wait for it to buffer.
Oh, for sure. You know what? Like, I'll just text it to you, fucking 6 second, like fucking clip at a time, through the iPhone drop.
I get it
message.
live.
I got you. Oh, here
While
we go.
it's
Yeah.
happening.
All right, Facebook Live, October 31st. Tune in. Radio Loud will be live casting the event.
Wow.
Bet.
Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell all your friends.
Oh my god. Don't tell anybody about that one.
Hey, yeah, but don't tell my parents.
Don't quote me.
Don't quote me, Mom.
Hey.
Mom, turn it off now.
My mom thinks I'm at church, bro.
Yeah, I didn't get my permission.
it's Good Friday.
Not gonna-
Every Friday.
The only way she won't find out if this is not on Univision.
That's why I didn't put Latino when I signed up.
Yeah, exactly.
I signed up for other.
I put rather not say.
Don't treat me different.
Oh shit.
Seriously, like the literal term Caucasian, every time I see that on a forum, I think of like an Asian person like
Caulking something.
caulking something.
Damn.
He's just doing tubs.
This guy is
He's
really
just doing
I
tubs.
gotta start using that one.
Look at that Caucasian over there.
Oh my god.
That guy's got a really nice bathtub.
Seamless seal.
seamless too.
I bet his downstairs neighbor never bitches about water seeping into his ceiling.
His foundation. Lucky perfect.
We got any more news?
I got one.
Costco's raising their minimum wage to $14 an hour.
Good for them.
Did you guys hear about
Nice.
Chick-fil-A? I was watching the news at work the other day. Chick-fil-A wants to raise their minimum wage to $17 an hour.
Damn.
Jesus
$17
Christ!
an
I'll just
hour.
jump over there.
Side note, don't they hate gays though? Isn't that their shtick?
I don't know.
They have something going on there.
Hold on, I'm gonna Google it,
They're
and we'll
frowned on.
immediately know whether or not
They had
like,
some sort of
ignorant
scandal in the
shit.
past where I think like
At least
I don't know if it's like a
Their own-
company-wide
I
thing,
think their
but
owner's like ultra Christian or
Hey,
something.
$17 an hour and you're off every Sunday?
Yeah.
I gotta raise that
I mean,
word.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's for real though.
like $4
Makes you question
Yeah.
your morals, right?
Pretty stoked on that.
Do I value myself this much?
I mean, Sunday's family day, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm supposed to go to church, but
Choice.
I don't go.
Give me the true or
Choich.
false. Oh my god. All right, I'm not gonna read this much.
I have.
I just watch it on TV. I don't go to church.
He's tuning into the
Christmas and Easter, man. I'm
televangelist.
showing up when it matters, dude.
Oh no.
Honestly, after 2,000 years, you think God's on there on any day other than Christmas and Easter? Probably not.
Probably chilling at home with a 6-pack.
That's what I'm saying. He's watching the game.
TV.
Fucking
He's
12-pack
watching the
Ice House.
fucking game.
So,
It was
dude,
some Milwaukee's best.
is, let me get you guys' take on this.
not drinks.
Milwaukee's best.
Yeah, because he's a beast.
I think he knows his stuff, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was in a
He
Nine
probably
Inch
gets
Nails
Mad
before
Dog,
anybody
man.
else.
Has extra 2 cans in the 30 rack.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe he
Mad
said
Dog,
fucking and he
dude.
got that 30-pack of Ice House, you know? Like, it was a rough night, you know?
Shit, honestly, maybe he's just a bitch on some Natty Light, though, for real.
Michelob
Maybe.
Ultra
Michelob.
Superior Light.
Light.
Isn't this made in Canada? Or is this in
But
Minnesota?
for real, how much money you got to make to fucking have a TV evangelistic church where you're literally hosting it in the middle of Superman's Fortress of Solitude?
The Crystal Castle.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
Like
even
how
wanna
much
know.
money you got to get the projections of Superman's parents essentially as Moses and the prophets and shit like that.
I don't know. But
Prophet, what should I do? It's like, I don't know. Y'all fucked.
Shouldn't have been talking shit.
I don't know, but I saw one of those videos of, I don't remember the televangelist, but like defending his right to have a private jet with the donations that
Oh, is
people
that the
gave.
guy who didn't give any donations when the hurricane hit Texas? That
No,
guy?
it's a different guy because
Oh.
they're all just as scummy.
Yeah.
It's just a scummy.
Yeah,
bag.
Joel
Wouldn't
Osteen.
open his fucking
Corey
door.
Levy's checking the facts.
You're all scum, and then I walk back out.
Dude, this guy knows who to hate.
Hell no.
I hate them all.
Why isn't Corey mic'd up? We just don't have that many.
Because
Yeah, we just don't have the space,
The last
man.
time we put Corey Levy on a mic, we had to cut everything that was fucking
That's because we
recorded.
were dumb.
Nope. Corey is a toxin that soaks into everything he touches.
Corey's the reason I drink
And
and,
that's
live to forget.
Oh my. Preach, brother.
I like that. I like that.
I mean it in a good way, brother.
Corey, I love you still.
Yeah, Corey, we all love you. I do have one last news story, and it was Google says European politicians are using their right to be forgotten to delete articles about themselves.
You see how they act?
Wow.
Well, of course. I mean, it's what not necessarily. That's not what the system was initially for, but it's
Of course
for
they would.
people and politicians.
Are still people.
No,
They have
wait,
feelings
no,
too, you
no. They're
have
lizard
feelings
people.
too.
They're fucking lizard people.
With 2 hands and 2 legs.
Reptilian.
All right.
They're fucking lizard people.
All our politicians are lizard people. They come from the moon or Mars, depending on your belief system.
So for you guys in the room who are confused about what's playing right now, instead of lizard people, we have biker mice from Mars.
Okay.
Or we just, you guys got any just like crazy conspiracy theories you've heard like in the
Hit us
last
with your
week?
crazy shit.
Not super deep, but like what have you heard relevant like in the
Are
last
you a
week?
flat earther? Like I'm in it. Like let's get
Oh my
deep.
God,
Let's get
flat
weird.
Let's get weird.
Well,
Like tell me about
Whoa.
the Matrix. I want to know.
Well, apparently Tupac's alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently.
Duh.
Done been alive.
Duh. He's got a fucking residency in Vegas.
Oh, yeah,
I thought it. No,
just made
Elvis
that
is in
movie, too.
Vegas. Fucking Tupac's in Cuba.
No, yeah, I was talking to his manager.
Yeah.
I was,
We were trying to
supposed
book
do
a
a track.
Yeah, dude, coming out of the next fucking SNI, featuring Tupac the hologram.
Wait, Tupac, poke your head through this window.
Come
right
on,
here.
hey,
Come on, Tupac, come here.
Get mic'd up?
Yeah, Tupac, come over here.
Little did they know.
Oh,
we
you
had
shot
Tupac's on the other
Oh,
side.
we got Tupac!
Oh, we don't got a shot at Tupac.
Oh, Tupac enter, one Pac
Who
lead.
the fuck is that? I
Change
love you, bro.
cameras.
Well, there's no shot of him there.
That's okay. You guys missed Tupac. He was
Oh,
here.
he's shy. He's shy.
He's gone now.
Can you say conspiracy theory? I mean,
I'm
he was
saying.
here, but you can't see him.
Shut up. Temple tap. It's a temple tapper. Right there.
Yes, Tupac Shakur, he showed up and he was like, Shalom.
Jewish.
Oh no.
Oh man,
He's got those
I'm gonna have
long
to show you
curls,
this
you know what I'm
track later. When we went down to go see Slayer.
Okay, yeah, we got to hear some
yeah,
fucking
hold on.
shit
Yeah,
about
though.
this.
Okay,
This is
so on the way down to go see Slayer, though, the guys I went with,
Thank you.
there was another musician
Hey, Corey, chill.
that they know, and this guy's just terrible. And he has a song called Doctors, and it's about how doctors are evil, and it's like anti-vax, and it's the worst thing I've ever heard. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube.
Because polio is metal.
That's kind of what it is, though. There was a whole section where it was like, "Don't get your tonsils taken out."
Because throat
Because
cancer
you did-
and rotting esophaguses are metal.
It was the worst thing I've ever heard.
That's
But I'm gonna have to show you that later.
Wow.
Hey, don't get your tonsils taken out, otherwise you can't reach the high notes like me, kid.
But they showed me
also
this guy,
smoke 2 packs a day.
and then we just,
That sounds like an 80-year-old.
we just riffed on the guy for like 15 minutes. But I'll have to show you the track later. It's all off tempo and everything's just terrible.
Speaking of riffing, do we want to go into
The riff raff. This is our
The-
20-minute unedited riff raff song segment.
the box of the suggestions?
Yeah, right after,
Sarcophagus
I'm
of
right after a
suggestions.
quick word from our sponsors.
Oh, we're going to take 4 breaks today?
Sure, why not?
All right. So, yeah. We'll be right back. So come out to the coast. We'll have a few laughs. We'll do a podcast. It'll be fun.
You've been listening to Radio Loud.
If you want to find us on multiple media platforms like YouTube, just type in Radio Loud, you big dummy. Or you can find us on Google Play, Stitcher, or Podbean at radioloud.podbean.com.
Questions, criticisms, if you would like to get on the show, add us at Loudest Podcast on Twitter.
Welcome, American friends who are not sleep or cell. This is episode of Suggest Box. Open and find the red prize inside.
Actually, State does not want to listen to your suggestion.
This is state suggestion, which is commandment.
This isn't Telemundo.
This one... This is Telecomrade.
Telecomrade.
Oh my god.
Hello. Welcome to today's cast.
Today's cast is about being more proficient in State's eyes. This read is called CAD Pants.
Okay.
So, do you guys know what CAD is?
Computer
I do, yeah.
assisted design.
Okay. So, it's a future where you need to 3D model your slacks before you can have a pair in the morning.
Lagging, man.
It's like they print them for you. You have to model them to your size.
Yeah,
and
but
they
they're
print them
like
for you in the morning.
instantaneous. It's like a Star Trek replicator.
Star Trek.
But first,
So does nobody
You must
line
design.
it?
We never run out of pants.
Yeah, like what happens to all those old
Endless
pants you
supply
made,
of
though?
pants.
They get
Hand-me-downs?
they get
Incinerated?
destroyed and then
You can reuse
you
it.
can
Oh,
reprint
recycling.
them.
yeah, they
I
get
feel like it'd be easier just to let people
In
wash
Star Trek,
stuff.
you get energy credits or whatever when
you
you're on
get,
the ship, so you
like,
can
V-Bucks.
print stuff off the replicator.
Whatever happened to reduce, reuse, recycle, man?
That's exactly what it is.
it is.
This is 2018. We don't.
Yeah.
we
So
Yeah, this is 2018. We don't recycle anymore. Throw that shit in the garbage.
So the
Fuck
thought
sea
is,
turtles.
if you're not productive
sea
enough
turtles.
to wake up in the morning and design the contours to like your perfect pants,
So
like
you wake up and you're drunk and one of your legs is
Yes.
shorter than the other and shit. You're walking around like Urkel
and everybody
and shit.
fucking knows.
Oh fuck, Jim's drunk again.
Look at him wearing that,
So that-
fucking flame button up.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, actually, we got a 3D printer here. We can make you some really uncomfortable
I
pants.
mean, it just seems like they
It's like
watched 600
solid.
Pound Life and they were like, "Hey, we can make pants for them because it's marketing, make money," you know?
No, it'll be like pants made out of Lego bricks. Like,
No,
they're
man.
not gonna be able to walk, but they'll
You
be
don't
great.
understand, man. This is communist future where you must be productive member of society to have pants.
When are you gonna get just a Soviet anthem sound bite?
I got it on my phone. I can't back out of it to like put that on, but I got that.
In
So
the future.
No,
in the
he doesn't
future.
have-
I
in the
got that Soviet
future.
button.
In the
Yeah.
Soviet future.
I've had you push it.
Speaking of which, are we going to talk about Pusha T and Drake?
Oh my god.
Nope.
Actually, why not? Why not?
Okay.
Go into
Hey,
it.
Corey, can you come over here?
Yeah. All right, we're going to need Corey live on the
Yeah,
mic.
yeah, we're gonna need.
Why is Corey a Drake fan?
He's the biggest Drake
He's
fan
on
I've
his,
ever met.
he's a nut hugger. He's hugging that man.
Corey has
Oh,
Drake's
God.
face tattooed on his left butt cheek.
He really does.
Hey,
so
he-
Corey,
he-
you think Drake's gonna come back with something hot, huh?
Yeah, he said nothing was the same.
Oh no.
Corey, for this segment, you just have to yell from the other room and hope all our mics pick it up.
Okay, listen.
Here's
Okay,
the real deal.
Drake is.
What is it? What is it?
Wait, can't he use the other mic? The one-
Yeah.
the one-
No. What is it? Just-
He's in the kitchen,
This is
getting in
it's a
position.
good-
He thinks he's mic'd up. He's got the.
Okay, just flip the
thinks
mic
he's
on.
like-
Flip the mic on. You're on.
Really?
No, turn it on.
Turn it
idiot.
Yeah,
It's fucking on.
it's fucking on.
I can't hear
Oh,
him.
it's super.
You gotta do your
He's
shit
probably
for
in a
channel
different
8.
channel.
I'm trying
He's
to-
on channel 8, so
Oh,
we
yeah.
can hear you.
You
It's
guys can hear me, okay?
yeah.
Corey,
What is
let
it?
us
What?
have it. Let us hear the truth.
Okay. Well, the truth is, well,
Closer.
Closer,
Pusha
closer,
T
closer.
is put.
I still don't hear
You're
shit
good.
from him.
I don't hear
Sky
nothing.
You're good.
He's like 40,
Yeah.
and he has nothing but tight braids and
Wow.
anger within him.
Material. Wow.
He's just an upset guy, and he's mad at somebody younger than him and he's doing better than him.
But it's Drake, though.
well,
You posted a status recently. It was like, why does everybody hate on Drake?
Hold on. Coming from the guy who doesn't even really follow this genre, I was under the impression that Drake called out Pusha, and then Pusha fired back.
You are under a wrong assumption.
Okay.
I don't believe that that's
Who should we be supporting? If you say Drake, we're going to buzz you.
You don't have the answers, Corey.
The
Well-
state is just decided.
I don't remember the last time I beat up 6 girls, but if you guys want to,
You're right. You're right. But I can remember the last time you lost to 6 girls.
it's lessons, not losses. Okay.
Hey, man, dude, like some people pay money for that.
Yeah.
Bye, Corey.
So Corey's in the Drake camp.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
All right, so it's like 1 to 6.
Sean,
a couple
Sean,
weeks
that was a
ago,
wow of my world just got rocked a little bit.
Corey-
I'm disappointed.
Straight up posted a public status. It was like, why does everybody hate on Drake? And there was a bunch of people getting
28 threads.
Can you
of
bring that
just
up so
like
we can
what-
read some of the
I
comments?
can't go back that far this
I
quick.
got it. I got
But-
it. I got it.
He's on it. Oh shit.
Do you know what my argument was? A,
Corey's
he's bad. B, he's not a baby dragon.
Okay.
wow.
What
Hold
about
on,
that
though,
art
'cause
cover though?
And
Hold
Sam
on, though.
Alberts was the only one to agree with you.
Okay, hold on, because I haven't actually heard any of this. I don't really follow this stuff. What did Pusha
In
say
a
about
thread
Drake?
that I left.
Well,
What did he
well, if it all started, I guess like Drake had mentioned Pusha T's fiance on a track or some shit. So this guy fired back, and it made Drake fire back. But when he replied the next time, like he got more personal because I guess like Drake had he had some child he was keeping like on a D-low. I guess he got some model pregnant, but he was trying to keep that on a D-low or some shit. And this guy exposed it. Oh, wrong. All right.
All
you're
right,
on his
Corey,
list still?
tell us the truth.
I forgot you were friends with Aubrey. What
Oh,
happened?
you guys should get that.
You be chilling up in Canada?
You guys should get Corey's mic now.
I have exactly zero evidence to back up what I'm saying.
That's the most
Why you talking
important.
That's the
shit
most
then?
That's the
truthful
most
part.
important part
Hello,
of this
voice.
podcast.
Don't you ever interrupt me again. All right?
Pay no attention to the man
I am
behind
the
the gray
captain now.
curtains, okay?
The Wizard of Corey.
The Wizard of Schnoz.
He's just a little man behind that curtain. Don't peel it back on him.
Oh, no.
So what happened, Corey? What's the truth?
Hey, why are you taking pictures of my dog?
You
I
want to
just
know the
saw
truth?
Because that's two people saying
Can't
that.
handle the truth.
Because
You don't got the truth.
Oh, is that
right
it?
now,
You're not.
two people of the state say that Drake started this. What did Pusha say though? Was it hot fire?
Nah, not really.
For beef, nah, it was nothing impressive. It was like
horrible.
It was dope, but like
No, it
other
wasn't.
I feel like
beef.
he went at it the wrong way. I feel like
I think dope is a great overstatement.
Man, why you gotta post so much shit on
a great
on Facebook?
That is what I would call that. That is a hell of an overstatement. It was terrible. It was
I
all
like
terrible.
how you run away and you come back when it's convenient.
I turn the mic off. I don't give a fuck.
Corey, if you want to be on cam, you pop out of that corner.
looks like he's doing stand up.
Yeah, but no one's laughing.
Yeah, it's not good stand up.
Mediocre night.
So what's the deal?
Oh, here it is. We finally found it. All right.
It is
we got a
mediocre
lot of
night.
Wait,
Hey,
this is
welcome
Corey's-
as an eye.
This is Corey's thread.
This is Corey saying, why do people
Oh,
hate on
fuck.
Drake? And here's some of the responses.
Here
Okay,
we
that's
go.
not at all what I said. If you guys want to keep it in context,
Turn
that
off
would be
the
fun.
mic.
I'm not signing a DNA.
Okay.
Or no,
How about,
NDA,
Sean, you want to
by
read
the way.
off what Corey posted
Yes,
and then give us some
please.
responses there?
Sue me.
Please.
All right.
I'll see you in
We
court.
got first one. This is a two-parter. Number one, reasons why people don't like Drake. 1 is bad. 2 is not a dragon.
That's very valid. You don't spit fire.
What did Corey post originally?
Because he doesn't speak.
Corey's posted, I'll never understand why people don't like Drake.
I still.
The
I
number one.
picture you writing that status like in bed where you're laying
like his-
chest
with
first
his
with your legs
legs
up. I wonder why. Like, it pondered upon me, but I'm just not sure.
He's got his headphones on.
Why does no one like him like I do?
He's got his
I-
headphones on.
I think that first
Right.
comment should have reversed it, so not a dragon was number one. 'Cause- yeah. All right, continue.
We got a technical comment on how dude can't compose a track with more than 4 notes.
Wrong.
I'll go into the comments. I'm in there too.
Oh, here we go.
We in this bitch.
Our own.
Oh, Doug
Our own
Dobert
Doug Dobert.
says can't compose at all because his ghostwriters do it for him.
How many likes did that get?
1.
Wrong.
And it's probably Doug Dobert liking his own comment.
I'm not
I don't
fucking
think people
Shinobi
do that.
Tyson.
No.
There's nothing wrong with
Oh, I
being a
do
little.
that.
What
Yeah,
the fuck is a
Sean does
Shinobi Tyson?
Shots fired.
Shinobi Tyson, if you're listening, what the fuck?
Ray
We
John.
got a comment about how Drake is softer than Charmin Ultra,
Oh no.
and that was me.
Man,
Shameless
You basically
self-indulgence
tried
by
to
Sean
find this
Sullivan.
thread so
We
you
actually
could
call
just
that
plug
wank.
ourselves.
plug
on the
themselves,
show.
yeah.
Wank.
I really
That's
wish him
wank.
and Chris Brown had actually fight.
That was
fought.
110% wank right there. That was good.
I
like
came.
that.
That would've been the fight of the
I'm
century.
satisfied.
I came. I saw.
I came
Aubrey'd.
again.
I draked.
Oh, it sticks. It sticks.
I will admit I was drinking and driving.
no.
While I
Oh,
was
no.
driving.
He was drinking and
Yeah, dude,
joshing.
do not drive by your
I ended up back in
ex-girlfriend's
Milwaukee
house.
somehow.
Never drink and drive, ladies and gentlemen.
Do not drake.
That's how you get a
Hey,
restraining
hey,
order.
hey, if you crouch down in this general area, you'll actually be on
Can I
cam.
just sit like cross-legged?
Just
No,
get on your
dude.
knees. You're used to it.
Dude,
Am I coming?
hit him with the Slavic squat.
A Slavic.
Heels down.
Heels down, track suit on.
Heels down,
breaker-
combrade is found.
the
Heels
breaker-
up, a
the
Western
breaker look-
spy is. I
This
don't
is
remember the limerick.
more than uncomfortable. I'm just gonna sit Indian style here.
Hey, you
Oh, I can't say that.
bro. You can't say that.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, that just.
Yeah, you don't say that one.
Yeah, no.
Hey, Stefan, give it a little scoot that way so he can put.
Don't do that.
Get it. There he
no,
is.
man.
There he is.
We want to
I can
see you.
see him. All right.
With this, with
curtain.
with what they said
what the
earlier,
sexual
you look like
encounter
you're rich in GTA. That was the best thing ever.
I'm surprised you're still alive.
I got the bonus pack.
Yeah, this guy paid for DLC.
Yeah, he paid for the DLC.
Hell.
Corey pays for DLC.
Oh no.
That's the only thing Corey's got money for.
Okay. Oh shit. So I have another read. I think this is
Right, we're
just.
still doing suggestion box, guys.
That's right. We got a little sidetracked.
What
This
the
is
fuck is
just
the
a pitch.
suggestion box?
Well,
I feel like all you guys could really riff off this one. It's called Fake Tinder Profile for Hitler.
Ooh, I like that one.
Fake ass.
Oh my god.
So what would he be posting? And you would
Ambitious.
set up a
ambitious,
His mustache would be.
a real go-getter.
world traveler.
does his
I'm a real estate mogul.
does
I
your,
own lots of land.
does your profile have like a word limit?
140.
Hey, it says like I'm
Okay.
Hey, it says something like I'm a simple guy. I like walks in the park, you know, enjoy.
I like walks on fucking the beaches of Normandy.
Walks in the vineyards
Long
of
strolls
France.
through Poland.
I've always wanted to visit Paris,
I'm a guy who knows what I want.
and I'm not afraid to go get it.
Grab her by the schnitzel.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
That was just one I just like had no lines written for.
Oh,
and
we got
guys
you.
just- You
We
just
got
took
you.
it away.
There we go.
Tore the
You just
cover off of that
took
one.
it away.
My mic was even down. That was good.
How many of you guys are familiar with Donkey Kong Country?
Yes.
Old
We got anybody?
school.
Yeah,
Old school.
Donkey Kong Country. So the
Honky Dong.
the villain was Captain K. Rool.
Yeah.
So I have a CCU.
Is that like Ja Rule?
Oh no.
What if Ja Rule was the final Donkey Kong villain?
Hey, you want to be an ape? And it was
What would I be without you?
Too much Robitussin as a kid, you know. It was good like that.
He had a lot.
I heard you got plenty bananas.
Like I feel like the game would turn into Parappa the Rapper, and you'd just have to like rap battle Ja Rule, and that'd be the final boss battle.
But what are the what?
Come on, it would be
the
like
Rapper.
an AB
Did you ever
thing.
play that PlayStation rap game?
Are you speaking fucking English?
Yeah, English, motherfucker. Do you speak
English.
Do you speak
English.
Put your head right here.
Come on, man. It would just be an AB,
Put your head
AB
right here
type
and
deal.
bob.
I've
like
heard that
this.
one before.
Bring that head right here.
Am I in this bitch?
Oh yeah.
Am I in
Oh
this
yeah,
bitch?
you're on the
You're in
floor.
there, man.
Oh no
You're in
fucking
here.
shit.
Okay, so continuing
Just
on
on
this.
the fucking floor.
So this is taken from Captain K. Rool. He's a Canadian Cinematic Universe hero. His name is Admiral N. Ice.
Oh, because he's nice.
Yeah, and he has the
like it.
ability to manifest ice out of like nowhere, but he can only do it into his friends' drinks.
Mexicans beware.
The Bill Cosby of.
Wait, what? Did we just take him? We just took him from a hero to super villain.
I mean, that's kind of
He rapes, but he saves. You like your and he saves
no.
more than he rapes.
Oh no.
Yes. That's comedy gold, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, actually, did you guys hear that he like had a prison built for him? Like he had like security guards and like a whole like secluded area that he had built for himself.
And they all
So
have
what
to
if you
act
low-key-
characters
I'll
from the
just
show.
imprison myself.
So
He basically just got a new crib with some bodyguards.
I got bars
I
like
just have my
that.
own prison. That's
What do they call it? Compound Cosby.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Living like a Huxtable.
I actually was playing a video game, and one of the guys' tags was Dr. Huxtable, and Corey was over, and he was like, "Don't you say shit about Dr. Huxtable."
So help me fucking Christ. That man's an American hero.
was.
Was an American hero.
Yeah, that's a past tense, buddy.
Yeah, can you edit that out?
Can you fix my words?
We don't. Yeah, we're gonna use that
I don't have
soundbite to
headphones
plug
on.
this.
I don't
You know,
know.
he did
We are
sign
going
an
to
agreement
destroy your life.
Yeah. Corey,
Dude,
that-
you gotta. Actually, you guys have to gang up on him and get him to sign an agreement, because if he doesn't,
we can't air.
You
it.
guys can
No.
gang up on my pee-pee.
You guys, you would
Don't,
want them
dude.
to do
Don't.
That's
Don't do
inappropriate.
that.
Yeah, come on now.
Come on, Corey.
that. Not in public.
You heard the whole spiel.
Keep
we
it
gave.
PG-13, man. Everybody else is doing a good job.
At least until we leave. Whatever you guys do here, I don't know. That's y'all business. At least.
PG-30.
Yeah, I still live with my mom.
yeah.
I have a podcast.
Hey, you know, like seriously, though, like my mom does listen to this, so chill.
Sorry, Mom.
Does she?
Sorry, Mom.
Is that a real
Hey,
thing?
bro,
I
your
would
mom's
not.
not gonna
My,
come up
my
and not being
pops
too loud.
does.
I would not let my mom
My
listen.
pops
to
thinks
this.
it's gold. And the first thing he
I'm
said
sorry,
was,
Mr. Weber.
the first thing my pop said was, "That's really good audio quality."
It's a little raunchy, though.
Go Doug. Look at Doug. Yeah,
That's the
go
second
Doug.
thing,
Yeah.
Go Doug. Shout out to
That was the second thing. It's a little raunchy. It's like, okay.
And the third thing was like, you guys should not say stuff like, I'm assuming, or, you know, apparently. And it's like, well, we have to because we don't fucking know.
Yeah, I'm not going to be caught saying shit is fact that is not a fact.
I mean, you do it all the time, but you just make it
you're a
up.
pro at that one.
You just make it up, though.
Right.
Dude, 40% of the shit I say is 100% true.
Radio Loud, just the facts here, people. With Popel.
We use Snopes.
Hey, for real, I was on Snopes earlier trying to look up that thing, but it was too long. Come on. Yeah, I have that problem.
Already got another one here. It's called 1800s Tour. It's modern tour dates, advertisements, and expectations for big 1800s style tour. You get there, wagon wheel transit, amputations, racism, disease, like
dysentery,
in it.
Little dysentery.
Do they got Wi-Fi though?
Oh, it sounds like
I gotta charge my phone somewhere.
They got donkey-fi.
Yeah, like you can write a note and pay a child two
To go
silver
run it to
pieces
somebody?
to go hand it to your boo. Yeah.
sounds like West Dallas.
Where there's just urchin children running around the streets.
Like if you're trying to play a game of League on your laptop, you can sign up to the donkey-fi network, and you have a fucking 8 billion ping.
It's basically a game of chess at that point.
8
Right?
billion pingazos.
Oh no! Oh my god! Oh man, you and your pingasada, man. Pingasada.
Pingasado.
I can't wait to see what we subtitle Pingaso as.
I guarantee you
It's gonna
won't
be
find it.
it's an eggplant emoji.
Oh, well, then I guess we're right on, dude.
Yeah, you're spot on.
If you get smacked,
Who would have thought he studied Chinese?
Yeah, dude.
I'd like to know more.
oh shit.
Sean, can you say anything in Chinese? Like, can you like tell me to fuck off in Chinese or no?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, I totally can. Hold on.
你的吃饭糟糕.
Oh wow.
You can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it just sounded. It just sounded like you were
Go
talking
eat
a lot
a
of shit.
That means go eat a shit
This was the
cake.
making stuff up thing I was talking
How
about.
the fuck do you know that, Johnny?
It just sounds like he's talking shit. Like, can you say it again?
Just
你的吃饭糟糕.
Sounds like a hating ass motherfucker right there.
Yeah, dude, go eat a fucking shit cake.
There you go. I
go
told you.
eat a shit cake.
Yeah.
Fire.
Oh, nice and
No,
crunchy.
and for real though, in my Chinese class, we had like a project. We did a presentation. I rapped in Chinese. The fucking highlight was,
Can you spit that?
yeah, dude. Wo bi ni tita Bruce Lee Ping Lee, which was my kicks are more quick than Bruce Lee, and like literally it was bars, and the fucking like 22-year-old like Chinese immigrant lady teacher was like, "Can you repeat that again for me after class?" It's like, whoa,
I will do
Was it the hot one?
anything for
they
you.
were all hot. They were like, dude, they were like 3 of them, and they were. It was one like.
I remember coming to
weeboo
meet you
white
at school.
guy.
I remember coming to meet you at school, and like you were like, "Dude, I have this super hot Chinese teacher who asked me to tell her to give her kisses all the time."
Dude, for real.
Like she like taught you guys how to like ask for a kiss in
Yeah,
Chinese,
dude, 'cause-
and she was
'cause please-
smoking.
And then she was like,
Hey.
now ask me for a kiss.
Let me jump in there on saying things in language class that you probably shouldn't have. There's this fucking German thing called Fasching, where it's like a masquerade
yeah,
party.
dude,
yeah,
yeah, I speak German.
So it's like a festival. It's like
Yeah,
a big
it's like a
spring break
festival,
thing.
yeah.
So Fasching is basically a big party. So we were playing Pictionary, and I basically wrote a fucking dude in like a comedy tragedy mask with a beer bong like at the bottom of a fucking balcony, just like accepting this beer bong, and like the German teacher is just like, Jakob. Like this was high school, by the way. This wasn't fucking. That was my Germany. Jakob, see me after class. And I was like, what? I thought it would be a great Pictionary. And she's like, I guess I'll let it slide.
No way.
That was so anticlimactic.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna get a little.
I thought it
bit.
was fucking great.
I thought you were gonna
I guess
get.
you had to be there.
I thought you were gonna get people's elbow.
Yeah, that's what they say. What
Yeah,
happens
I
if
thought
Foshing stays a
your ass.
Foshing. Man.
Hey, they're saying you gotta hit the X on yourself.
Doug, press the moron
people have
button.
spoken.
Press the button.
Hey, press the idiot
Thumbs
button.
down as a motherfucker, just like the Roman general, dude.
Press the stupid button.
So before we go into music, Sean, you want to do Dr. Manhattan retcon?
Oh, all right, okay. So every week, I think so. So Dr. Manhattan from that one movie that happened.
Yeah, Sean's obsessed with his blue penis.
No, I just think it'd be funny because he can transverse any universe.
He's got
go to
multiple
any
blue
place.
penises.
Yeah. Sounds like a
And we were thinking he'd show up in every movie that's ever been done, and we'd retcon it, and we'd throw Dr.
Just because
Manhattan in
he
one
can
scene.
manipulate time and space.
He can go to anywhere. So like we threw him in Casablanca. He shows up at the end, like she's getting on the plane, and just in the background, there's a big naked blue dude, just like he's the only thing in color that's been happening in the whole movie.
Does he still have his dick tucked between his legs?
Yeah, dude, and he's clucking like a fucking chicken.
Oh my god.
So then the week after we had him in like literally Caddyshack.
Yeah,
and
dude.
he was just in the place of Rodney Dangerfield. And instead of Dangerfield not understanding why he can't be a member of the club and be accepted, he just was this like
blue
omniscient
fucking
being who
naked
can't
man.
understand why he's just destroying the humans around him.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood.
So
So I want to put him in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
What's he gonna do in there?
Well, every time Ace Ventura bends over and starts talking with his ass,
It's gonna be Dr. Manhattan's face.
it's gonna be Dr. Manhattan's face superimposed, speaking into the fucking, like, breaking the fourth wall right into the audience, like, wake up, people, and then like he'll like, disappear.
Do I have to wear special glasses for this?
You might
No,
want to.
but you might
gotta
wanna
wear your
You
helmet.
might want to wear
too.
protective
Yeah.
gear.
yeah, you have to put on the glasses that the guy from They Live was wearing.
And you have
So
to
you
be
could
injected
see
with
them?
a cocktail from Fear and
Roddy
Loathing in Las
Piper.
Vegas.
Ooh.
Like my last suggestion in this, I have a simple one and I have a more complicated
I'm
one.
a simple man. I like simple things.
So, first one for you, Sean.
I love it already.
Independence Day.
Love it.
He is the blue alien energy.
Oh my god, he like in the fucking parachute, Bruce Willis is dragging up to the fucking checkpoint that somehow still exists in an alien attack. We got to defend that Mexican border in the fucking midst
That's
of an
Randy
alien
Quaid. But yeah, continue.
No, Bruce Willis bringing the fucking
Randy Quaid bringing the death.
Do you know
no,
your-
I'm talking about Bruce Willis in the parachute when he drags the thing up to the fucking thing, and he's like, "Where's your
Doug's
ID?"
talking about Randy Quaid.
Wait, no, that's Will Smith.
And that's what I'm saying in Independence Day.
Oh yeah, he changed the character. He changed
No,
reality.
I'm saying Will Smith drags the fucking parachute up. to
You were
the
saying
thing.
Bruce Willis.
Oh my bad.
Yeah, we were all very
That's
confused.
why I was like, what? What the fuck?
Blame it on the alcohol.
I was like, I've never
right.
seen that version.
Will Smith. Buzz it. All right.
I think he
So
got his
Will-
copy at the Swaporama.
The Chinese blue egg market.
You get that at 7 Mile Fair or what?
Yeah, dude, it was
No,
just
it's-
4 hours
It's
of a
not
crackhead
Bruce
eating
Willis.
ramen.
It's Woos Billis.
Bruce Willis.
No. Hey, you guys know they're doing a roast on Bruce Willis?
No.
He is starring in Dindependence IE.
That's what you get for buying DVDs at the gas station.
But no, it's his favorite movie. Tell the Independence Day story.
Okay, I think I told this on one that never got aired.
Yeah, it didn't get
So
aired.
I was a child, right? I was a problem
Yeah,
child.
once upon a
This
time.
one
Once
time.
upon a time,
so
I
much
was
in common.
yeah. I was a naughty boy. I got in trouble everywhere I went. So I was
Oh, he's a real dickhead.
I was a real. I just wouldn't shut up, you know. Like,
As Sean's put it before, I was not an easy child.
No. So I was in trouble at like summer camp or something, the place I used to have to spend summers because my dad traveled, and I would I was in the office basically like once
I
a
almost
week.
feel bad for laughing at that.
No, that's cool. So I'm in the office for like the 7th time that week, and they're gonna call my parents, be like, Sean was acting a fool.
He was
And-
fruit basket.
Sean was smoking dope.
Yeah, Sean was smoking dope in the cornfield. Like, it's not cool.
Oh, come on. He was fruit basketing people.
And like I had gotten
what they call it?
I had gotten some other kid
Ass
in
and balls.
Ass and balls. So I got this other kid in trouble with me at the time, and he'd like never been in trouble before, so he's like panicking. Like we're in like the
He's
office.
hyperventilating?
Yeah, like he's always and like like we're like 6. How much trouble can we get in? And
Not as much as we got into when we were 19.
yeah, we're not going to talk about that on the podcast. And he like looks at me, and like we're in the front office, and he's like, "What do they do to you here?" And like I quote Independence Day, and I'm like, "Strange sexual things." And the fucking the face on
This
the
guy was fucking 6.
yeah, dude. I got no idea what I'm saying. The fucking front receptionist looks at me like, oh no. We're gonna get a lawsuit so quick.
Oh my god.
So like they like tell my parents, and my mom is like at work. She's like sharing an office like 2 other people, and she puts like the call on speakerphone.
Of course, because that's what parents do.
Yeah, and so she tells me that she is like
I'm
in
gonna
an
put you on
office,
speakerphone real quick.
and the fucking office explains to her that I said this, and they're just like, oh my god, no, it's his favorite movie. He doesn't know what it means. He's fucking 6. We're not abusing him. I promise. He's just like that.
Oh wow.
What did they actually do to you? The Adams family you and stick you in like a shack and make you
No,
watch
I
Disney
basically
movies
had
for
time out for like an hour,
Da-na-na-na.
and then I went home for the day.
Da-na-na-na.
Yeah, like, you know.
Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na.
Hey, where's cousin Nestor?
Cousin
In
Nestor.
case you couldn't hear the light snoring over the podcast, that's him.
If you're quiet at night, you can hear him.
On the winds of the Milwaukee River.
Oh my god.
Nestor is Tostamundo, bro.
Oh, I don't get that channel.
Man. Yeah. I cut the cord, man. All I watch is Netflix.
So, my second Dr. Manhattan theory. This one's a little bit more complicated, but
Oh, jeez.
I'm lost.
this one's
already.
called
My head hurts.
Finding Dr. Manhattan in the style of Finding Forrester.
It's like him as a child.
Dr. Manhattan has become a recluse from humanity after inventing the world's greatest atomic bomb. And a young boy befriends him and encourages him to come out of his hiding and just evaporate everybody again.
I wonder how that started off.
Doug had some lonely thoughts a lot. Yeah, dude. Doug was in a dark place one night, and he wrote some shit.
You gotta stop listening to Drake at night, bro. Oh no. Corey's so mad right
when
now.
I'm all alone
Corey's like,
by
I do that
myself,
every
just
night.
listening to Drake.
Drake just would have texted Dr. Manhattan, I miss you.
Yeah, he would have been like, so what are we?
Oh no! It's little boy Drake and Dr. Manhattan.
Oh no. We need an illustrator in this motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. One day we're gonna have fans, and they're gonna draw pictures. of
No,
some of
you
this
will
shit.
not.
Well, I mean, one of us
man can
will,
dream.
and I know
Yes,
who to
you
bet
will.
on.
I don't have any money to bet.
All right, that's the end of the fucking Dr. Manhattan retcon.
And this has been Dr. Manhattan.
And this is
So-
Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan by Calvin Klein.
Muse. I mean, this whole thing's been kind of slathered with music, so.
For sure. Yeah, we can talk about music. We can talk about
What you talking about?
the amazing
Talking about.
Milwaukee artist I found this week by the
Not
name
speaking
of
to your mic, Lamar.
What's his
Color.
their name?
Who that is?
Who
From
that
where,
is?
from where do they have?
Culligan Man!
Hey, quick,
So
hey,
you're-
real quick, do you guys know who Tiamo Denko is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Key's old boy, right?
Yeah.
Tiamo? Yeah.
Tiamo
That
Denku.
man
They
is
know.
raw. He has bars,
Yeah.
man.
We've actually
Yeah, he's cool.
We've done a couple shows with him. Like,
Yeah,
Denku. Oh, Denku
Every
used to rap
time-
with T minus, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
dude,
That's
that
those
man
two.
is
They were
raw.
like
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah, they did like a super group.
T minus.
Yeah, they
They were
like,
on the Twin Towers album.
Yep.
Yep.
No
he likes
shit.
the Penguins
Yeah,
too.
Denku's on the
I can't
Twin
believe that you
Towers
guys know who that is. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, we've done a
sick.
couple shows.
I've known that guy since I
The
was
Pittsburgh
young.
Penguins.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey,
You were
Corey,
young.
just as just
you were a boy
Hey, I'm
once?
not young. Hey, good
in
one.
order for Sean to hear you, you don't have to take your head out of the only shot we have you in.
Dude used to do the open mic nights we were
Just stay right
talking
there.
about.
Just sit.
Karaoke.
For all of my
We used to
fans,
do the
excuse
open
me,
mic
Stephen.
nights with him.
Oh, really?
For all my fans,
Where?
I just want to look
At
Sean
the-
straight
at
in
the
the
Miramar.
face when I tell him
Oh,
that
I've never been.
Yeah, it's just his
Fucking
little
hate
guys
him.
on the east
Shithole.
side.
No, I don't hate him.
Oh,
I
this
was
is
going to say I
probably-
fucking hate him, but I
Fucking
just
love him.
don't. I
It was
can't.
probably like 10 years
I
ago.
keep running back.
Oh, shit,
like,
okay.
never mind.
Let's get it back on focus here,
Let's-
people.
yeah, let's
He's
get-
so raw, dude.
Yeah, I rapped once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
Yeah, I mean it was a hobby and like a love.
Who's Legacy?
I don't know, never heard of her.
He's a gospel rapper out of.
He's a gospel
yeah.
rapper out of
Milwaukee.
Champaign, Illinois.
Ooh.
He got John 16 bars.
Verses for days,
King
man.
James Testament just dropped.
He's got hymns for days.
New Testament.
Yeah, to move over, LeBron. There's a new King's James.
Yeah. That's
Wow. He said that.
Yeah, for real though. This guy Color though, I was looking for a lot of. He's one of those artists who's like he's about moving the music and not necessarily monetizing it. So every year on his birthday, he releases a new album.
Yeah, so he's broke.
I just gotta say, fuck you, Corey. Fuck you for saying that.
But
bless this man.
No,
Bless
I mean
him.
honestly, he's great.
I don't knock the hustle. I'm sorry. I don't mean it like that. It's just them,
We're just
It just he kind of came off.
Except I absolutely.
I'm covering for you, motherfucker.
We're just
I'm sorry,
digging.
except I absolutely meant that.
We're just digging.
But he does some of like multi-genre stuff where he'll do. He had like hip hop roots once upon a time, but he's since like kind of grown beyond that. He has like an IT type of background where he does a lot of samples, mixes, like multi-genre shit, which really can surprise you. Like he'll start a song in one way, and then like when you really get into it, it's like, oh, this is not the song I was expecting. This
That's
kind of
nice in the day and age where if you're going to buy the album just for the single and it doesn't necessarily entice you into the other songs, where
you can find some
encouraged
other shit.
you into other genres. It's like he's doing it in the track.
Oh no, totally. And his one song on there that really stood out to me. I was looking through like a lot of music last night in the wee hours of the morning, and I caught this one song, I See, off the album Colossus, Cullahsus, kind of puts his own name in there, and it's Colossus by Cullah, and the track is I See, and it starts off kind of almost with like a folk song sounding like intro, but it takes a hard left turn at like 30 seconds, and the song is... I don't listen to many songs on like 2 or 3 time loops the first time I hear him, and that one fucking caught me. This guy is pretty dope. You should check him out. I mean, he's a Milwaukee local, so like maybe we can get a hold of him and reach out to him sometime. But dude makes some dank music.
Don't tell him I said he's a fucking idiot.
Too late. Too late.
We'll clip it and then play it for him.
Yep, I'm just gonna fucking play that
Prove
one.
me wrong.
You're a fucking idiot.
Hey, man. I dug my own grave, I guess.
Like we got Steve-O.
It was Steve-O.
Get zucked off.
Yep, zucked off this sampling plan.
Zucked off.
We just have a segment called Zucked Off.
Yeah, it's like this week in Mark Zuckerberg.
We already talked about the lizard people. We're not doing it again.
Yeah.
No, we can't.
We're in the music. We're in the dregs of the episode. Stefan, you got any? I have no picks this week, so
I got Sean Lane because I said I was going to review him.
Oh, nice.
All right, Sean Lane. The album was the Tritone Fascination. So
Love that fucking album.
Sean Lane was he's a prolific guitarist, but not a lot of people actually know who he is because the genre of music that he's in, but he's definitely well respected by...
Well, who is he then? Tell me.
He's a musician's musician.
Yeah. So guys like Eric Clapton, like Buckethead, like everyone's just like, this guy's the best guitarist. I don't touch this. This guy's the best guitarist.
Like that would actually be a musician's musician.
Yeah,
Because Buckethead's already a musician's musician.
Yeah,
He's
this guy is deep. So he started playing piano. He started playing piano, and then he was in a band called Black Oak, Arkansas, which I think he joined for like 3 years, and then Black Oak, Arkansas was chart toppers from the 70s to the 80s. So that's like I think they're like a southern rock group. I have not actually listened to them yet.
Wait, so is it Arkansas or is it
Black Oak, Arkansas?
Arkansas?
Arkansas? That's a comedic way to say Arkansas by saying Arkansas. A guy on
Stefan intentionally does this to me sometimes. And
it's hard. Pele.
It's hard to know when he's being actually dyslexic and when he's actually fucking
I'm pretty
with
sure
you.
the original bit actually came from the SNL Weekend Update, and they had a news anchor who, whenever he'd say this week in Arkansas, he'd say Arkansas instead.
Wow. It's very bold.
So,
well, you didn't fucking think of it, did you?
That's behind the music. That's behind the jokes with Doug Dobert. It's way funnier when we deconstruct it.
So, the
you were
album,
shitting on him for it, so I was gonna shit on you back to protect my butt.
So the
And then
album I
shit
got
on you,
is
and it's
actually
all
his
come full
second
circle.
release because his first release went like completely unnoticed. That's The Powers of 10. It's actually a really good album, but it was too what he wanted, and it didn't like get any traction. So the Tritone Fascination is a little bit more easily digestible. So it's just gonna feature like basic theory concepts, except he's going to play them at ridiculously excessive fast speeds.
I got out of it like a few of the tracks on it kind of sounded like fusion meets Primus.
He's definitely jazz fusion.
Yeah.
And
it definitely
which
had
is something that people do not like.
It took that and where it was like serious in some tracks, and then it put it into some other tracks where it was like literally just goofy. It did not take itself serious at all.
Yeah.
I really like artists that can do that, where it's like for the love of the game, where they can goof on themselves without words and make songs that sound serious and silly and juxtapose them.
So I'd recommend that people start with the track Peace in Mississippi. It's like a really basic like southern rock track with a little bit more speed to it than you're probably used to, but my favorite track off it is The Way It Has to Be. It's so soulful, and it has a ton of feeling to it. I don't know if he really intended it to be like that, because the guy is just so wicked, but he definitely gives it off in that kind of presentation.
How wicked?
I mean,
Wicked awesome!
The dude is probably... I saw a YouTube video of this guy going to like an Indian sitar convention, and he brought his fucking Telecaster, and he was just...
Sitaring.
Yeah, it was fucking retarded.
Hey, bro, you want to sitar in your guitar?
It was ridiculous. The dude's ridiculous.
That's beautiful.
So I don't have any thing to analyze this week. Do any of you guys have anything?
Well, maybe
you
we
would
let
like to?
S&I showcase some S&I.
Yeah, how about that?
You want to take a break and then we'll come back with some live music?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's fucking do it.
Let's do it, rock and roll, baby.
Fucking Corey.
This one goes out to everyone who's not named Corey Levy. It's S&I.
I need another beer.
Give the man another beer.
I'm tapped.
That's all good. Just play it. Yo. Let me introduce you to the fucking movement. S&I in this bitch, and we ain't human. Lyrical mutants bringing hip-hop back. It's the revolution. Now tell me what the fuck you know about that. Kicking back at the pad, writing raps in my notepad. I take a break, roll a blunt, make it nice and fat. Then I get back to it, cause I wanna be the best to ever do it. Want my raps to be nastier than sewage. I do what I gotta do to prove it. I make sure you can take your eyes off me like I'm a nudist. And now you know that I ain't new to this. So when I blow the fuck up, don't act like you knew this shit. Hey yo, shout out to the ones that I should go rapping simply because I'm Hispanic. Me vale verga lo que ustedes piensan. Fucking with me, mean your life's in danger. So don't be thinking shit is sweet, nigga. Not now, not later. I smoke that ass like a raw paper. You probably take it in the ass, you probably puff that vapor. You wanna feature, best be talking paper, cause I quit doing favors. Now tell me who the fuck else is bringing you that flavor. I mean that good shit, that shit that you just gotta savor. It's S&I, motherfucker, hip-hop saviors. Yeah, that was better.
Who are these ones who would lead us now? The sound of 1,000 guns. Storm the gates of the hell itself.
You gonna take it, Sing?
Yeah. Yo, said I break doors down like 5-0 if they don't let us in. My music make you feel good like Flintstone vitamins. You're like a no-dub karate flick, cause everything you say, y'all. Gordon Rasmus hates me cause everything that I'm cooking raw. These hands can change the way you look, like an addict shooting heroin. It's the mumble rap assassin who you think you better than. We can see the bitch in you, haven't heard your music, we just push it to the side like a kid eating vegetables. Plus I eat rappers for the high like an edible. Leave your face swollen, just like Little Kim. I came to talk shit, man, a whole lot of shit. Got one in the chamber, watch me kill your ass on the kill cam. Sick mind the villain, the villain is back. Murder you with these raps, and I'm laughing cause the gun don't lack. Like a bitch twerking with no ass.
Yeah.
Fuck that up.
Bitches twerking with no asses, that's preposterous.
That's sad.
That's very sad.
Poor lonely white girls
Like
out
who-
there on
like-
the fucking street.
Who wants that? All right. All right. It's time to hold it down, blow it down. I'm ready to face defeat. They said hip hop is dead. I'm bringing paraplegics to their feet. No remorse. I'm off the course. I don't know where I'm going. Got lines around the block for every venue that we show in. I'm waiting for you to slip up, waiting for you to give up. Blowing and smoking and holding it down. down for my city, Chi-Town, and all my goons don't play around. Even if you got a gun, you think that we afraid of you. We run from cops with fun, and goddamn, you know how I'm feeling, and you know that I'm killing, and you know that these bitches always out here trying to be sinning, and we just in the club and we be fucking popping no penicillin, cause we be fucking nasty and we medicating, we just hella faded and we taking these sacks back, and I'm just fucking freestyling off the top of my dome, and when we leave here we got a long drive home, cause we be smoking joints and it's going straight to the point. I fucked it up, man, I'm sorry, but I don't know. I fucked up what I was gonna say, and then like I just tried to freestyle, it just didn't fit. I apologize.
You see how you act?
That is acting.
Nah, you made me want to freestyle now, bro.
That was acting very C. I don't. Oh, that's lame. That's very lame. Is there like?
Yeah, there was like 2 fuck up points in there. One on my part, I fucking missed the sample.
That's
on
no,
just
that
easy
honestly,
clip.
that's what messed me up, because then I tried to.
Sorry.
I
See how you act, bro?
I tried to compensate for that, to like throw something in between, and then I forgot what I was
No,
gonna
you
say.
should have
thought you were a pro, though.
just kept it going.
sorry.
Because I
I
could have
thought
like
you knew
cut
this.
it earlier.
Yeah,
You would have
yeah.
just give me the signal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's hard to stay on beat
Yeah,
when
so
you're
it's your
fucking
fault.
off a bar.
I tried to fucking do it, okay?
I love you.
So
Last try.
Yeah, no,
Everybo's
This
fired. Go home.
This one,
Podcast
this one will
is
be
done.
good.
I fired myself from producer.
Oh shit.